Hello, thanks for listening to that intro. I'm Alex Burnham, and I love miking guitar cabinets, and I love microphones. Oftentimes, I'll go to one microphone for a guitar, and that's a Beyerdynamic TG201. And I got to thinking that I want to shoot out all of my microphones on Guitar Cabinet to see what I might be missing in my collection. I thought it might be useful for you to all see, because often we all get trapped into just using one microphone on a specific thing, and this might help open your eyes to some other models, or challenge you to do that to your own mic locker. I'm even going to try a kick drum mic. It's probably going to sound terrible. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the microphones that I'm going to use, and then the three setups that I'm going to use: clean, overdriven, and then heavily distorted. And then I'm going to talk about kind of the setup and experimental design to make sure that the microphones will be comparable to each other. But if you don't want to see any of that and you just want to hear the microphones compared, I'll put a timestamp so that you can skip all of this talking. The microphones we're going to do are a Beyerdynamic TG201, Beyerdynamic M88, Shure 57, and a Shure 57 Transformaless, Pearlman TM1, Sennheiser E609, Sennheiser E602, Audix i5, Audix OM5, Lewitt 440 Dynamic, Microtech FL M930, Audio-Technica 4033A, and a Soyuz 013 FET. So those are the mics we're going to try. A lot of them are guitar microphones and some of them aren't. We're going to do clean with a Tele through a phase duophonic on the Corona channel, which is very much a Fender-y type preamp, through an open back 112 with a WGS HM75. The dirty sounds are going to be from a Les Paul through a Sir Badger on a closed back 112 with a Weber Ferromax V30 clone. And then the heavier sound is going to be a Friedman Dirty Shirley 40 through a Marshall 1960A cab on a Mojo Tone greenback clone. So, with that said, I'm going to talk you through the setup and how I compare these mics, and then we will get to comparing them back to back. Thanks for watching.
Here's an overview of the setup. You can see that the main thing here is that we're using a laser level with crosshairs to keep the mic centered on the part of the cone that we wish to record. This should ensure that all of the microphones are seeing the same part of the speaker every time we switch them. Here you can see the TG201 right on the crosshairs. In addition to the XY axis, we want to make sure the Z axis, the distance from the speaker, is identical across all microphones for each setup. We're going to use 1 inch from the microphone's capsule. Capsules can be in different spots in the chassis of the microphone, so here we're going to ensure that we're measuring from the actual capsule by checking to see where the capsule is in the body of the mic. When recording, it's important to put a microphone where it sounds best on the cone. The sound can change wildly depending on where you place it. However, it doesn't seem fair to bias the comparison by using an ear to set up the placement for, say, the TG201, which might be a bad spot for another microphone. So we're going to use the same microphone placement across all setups for all microphones, and that's 6 centimeters from the center of the dust cap, horizontal with the center of the dust cap. This ensures that all microphones will see the same spot. While other microphones might sound better in different locations, this will mean that we have accurate comparisons between samples, between setups. To control for performance, we're going to use DIs and reamp with these two radial reamp and DI boxes. Everything will be recorded via my red 4-pre converters. The microphone preamps that will be used are the Daking pre's going into a DI. They're good for guitar, but nice and clean, so they don't color the mics too much like the Vintex do. The DI is going into one of the mic pre's built into the red, and an output from the red is feeding the reamp box. Let's start with the clean sounds.
Thanks for watching. I hope you learned a lot about these microphones. I know I did. There's a lot of data here. One interesting thing I thought was on the clean sounds, I didn't hear as much of a difference between dynamic mics as I thought I would, and I heard more of a difference between the classes of microphone, condenser versus dynamic. But as the distortion increased in subsequent clips, I started to hear more of a difference between all the microphones. Could be because of the harmonic content or saturation. I did learn that E602 is not a secret weapon guitar microphone. Well, thanks for watching, and I'm gonna play an outro clip of me playing with a sound that I discovered while doing this experiment, kind of a mid-rangey, mid-gain sound. Thanks for watching.